We're back in the office, but in a different location now with
June Savage. Estamos aquí en el centro político de Miami.
exactamente. Aquí estamos con tu tata. You have already a dulce. She already ordered her dinner.
Ni sabe, ni necesito el menú porque yo quiero comer el rabo encendido hoy. I love rabo. Con maduro, frijoles negros. Yo sabe cocinar eso.
Oh, yeah?
Yo no sé cocinar. Yo soy una americana, pero sabe cocinar todo. Carne con patas, cosas de pollo empanizado, todo, todo. Sí, porque mi hijo tiene familia de Cuba. Los bisabuelos vino de Cuba cuando tiene 16 años casado.
Oh, wow. So you're born in here, man?
¿Quiere que hable español o
Spanish.
Okay.
Let me provoke.
Vamos a hacer Spanglish.
We have a little bit of both people that are following us, so we talk a little bit in Spanish and in English.
I was born here in Miami. And of course, my son was born here too. I have one son, and he is an attorney. He lives up in Fort Lauderdale con la esposa, and yo soy abuela.
Oh.
Yes, yo tengo una nieta de 6 meses. Qué increíble, sí. Y la esposa de mi hijo vino de Cuba cuando tiene 9 años.
Oh, wow.
Y ya ahora es un doctor, y mi hijo es abogado. Mira esa pareja. Sí, puro cubano, puro latinos.
And you're running for?
Yo estoy en alcalde de el mayor of Miami.
Ay.
Ya se acabó el tiempo de Francis Suárez y ya es el tiempo para una persona nueva como yo.
Sí, que no tiene compromiso con la política, right?
Right.
So you are a realtor.
Yes, I am a realtor with One Sotheby's. I've had my license for a quarter of a century. 25 años vendiendo de este lado de Miami, de la otro lado de Miami.
And what did you guys enjoy yourself in the politician world?
So, I knew I wanted to be in politics when I was in the Miss Miami pageant. Yes, La Señora de Miami. And there I met a lot of politicians, and I believed that I could do something for the community way back then. Entre medio, getting my real estate license, I do things for buyers, sellers, developers, and I want to do more for the community. I have this need inside of me because I grew up here and I've seen this city with all the changes that I want to do more. And I know I can on a big level.
So are you getting support from the Republican Party, or are you doing this all by yourself? How are you going to do this? Because you're going straight to a monster.
Yes, but my last name is Savage. It's not Shoemaker, okay? Okay? So I have no fear of that because they all know me at City Hall. For many years, I go and I speak, whether it's on the Bicycle Advocacy Committee, for our streets and our safety, for infrastructure. I am at City Hall all the time. They hand me coffee when I go in. That's how much they know me there. But I am not one of them. I am not a politician. And I do not give in to the monies that are coming into most of them because you'll be able to follow the money.
Right.
Now, my father was a general contractor, so I'm not just a pretty face that has a real estate license for 25 years.
Right.
I've been walking construction sites since I was a little girl. I've seen this city change, that we have to do something right away with our infrastructure. We do not have enough police. We do not have enough fire. And I know that the city is using AI, but AI cannot predict the cranes that are up. So we have thousands of more units coming on, but we have only one, unfortunately I have to say the word, a sewer pipe that goes out into our waterways. And I need to work with the county, and I need to work with the governor to get us the funding for another height. It's incredible that we only have one and it doesn't go out to the Gulf Stream. We haven't built up our barrier islands. So I'm very into the environment because I paddleboard. I've been fishing since I was a little girl.
I see. If you ride bike in the farmfield market.
I ride bicycle all the time. So I'm very active in the community. And to be mayor of City of Miami, you cannot be a sedentary person and expect 5 or 6 people to go run around and do things for you. You have to be boots on the ground. And that's who I am. So let's give an example, flooding in downtown Miami.
Oh yeah, a good one. Okay.
Okay. I can't even tell you, having grown up here, how we haven't fixed that. We've gone through many mayors, many commissioners. They make all of these promises. They are like the drug dealers of politicking. I'm going to give you this. I promise to fix this. I'm going to do this for our community. And then they get there. And look, we still have the playhouse. We still have flooding. We still don't have enough police.
Right.
I'm an executor of getting things done.
That's why you're savage.
Yes.
Your food's here.
Oh my God. I order clavo encendido. So excited. I'm so.
Do you have any points from your campaign? Do you have like 5 points or 10 that you want to talk about real quick?
Well, like I said, safety and security. And of course, transparency.
Very
In
important.
government. I want to bring MIAMI-DADE.
Okay.
Isn't it incredible that we don't have this in the city of Miami right now? Everybody across Florida is getting this. Hialeah has Hialeah-DADE. But our commission and our mayor, ni sea de eso. They aren't even talking about this.
Right.
That is something that I want to bring. I do not want to bring an inspector general because I think it's kind of comunista, because you can point over there, I don't like that guy, so go investigate him. But if we have a department of government efficiency, it softens the blow when I have to go, and it's not going to be me by myself, but go in and fix something.
Especially that the city of Miami has a lot of fame of being corrupted, giving themselves salaries, doing corruption stuff that we've been seeing now in social media. As a mayor, we need to be a little bit savage with that.
Listen. If the people knew what was going on behind the scenes, I mean, look, for example, Francis ya se va. He's finished, but the city doesn't even tell them that, oh, the city manager is going to be going. He's got his little briefcase and he's going right behind Francis.
Right.
He's trying to get somebody on the inside to be city manager. When if I am the mayor of City of Miami, I'm going to open this application because I want the best person for Miami.
The city manager just announced that he wants to run for mayor too?
No, that's the old city manager. You have to understand, I'm up against the old system, and it's time to limpia la casa.
Yes.
Cierra el parque del juego de los niños. Okay, and what I said was it's time to close the little park for the children that they are playing on up in City Hall.
Right.
It's time to make a clean slate with a new name, a fresh face.
Yeah.
Okay?
But that's what we need in Miami-Dade in general. Miami-Dade, Corrugate, we need fresh people that don't have so many tag strings with the politicians. We need a little bit of a little bit of combination of everything. And what it shocks me of Miami-Dade is that the politicians that are in the commissioners, now they're one of what. So you're gonna be running against people that supposedly have the experience, but we're done with that. We don't want no more recycle politicians.
Listen, Francis spent $1 million to run for a job that was $120,000. Okay? Now, do the math. Why? Why is the mayor of Miami so popular? We are the most international city in the United States. Right now, we are the new New York. We are the high tech. We are the global center of South America.
Right. What about the Miami Freedom Park? What's going on with that? I'm putting in the spot, Emily.
Miami Freedom Park.
Now they're asking for $10 million that's coming out of our pocket. As a mayor,
Okay.
what do you think? That someone's who's running for mayor, what do you think about that?
Well, that's in the hands you're talking about of Cava, correct?
It's Cava and Francis Suarez is coming
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. Okay. So the thing with the soccer deal, listen, I requested the information over 1.5 years ago on the deal for the soccer stadium. I don't have that. I also requested when it was the downtown basketball stadium.
Okay.
Well, ¿cómo se llama? What was it called? When they had that big, horrible, bad deal. That's another bad deal. I have a record of good deals. I deal with high net worth individuals all the time. I close deals.
Right.
I'm used to reading contracts. I'm used to dealing with attorneys and big big people. So that's not going to happen under me. That's not going to be slipped and things go wrong. They're just cutting bad deals.
Right. They're holding bad deals. Really bad deals. What about transportation? That's a big problem that we have in Miami.
Well, I'm a cyclist. I can tell you I was hit by a car in Biscayne and around 79th. It was just the rear view mirror. But we don't have enough PSAs for people, which are public service announcements. So we need to get it out there. And not only in English, in Spanish, and in Creole, because there's a lot of people that come here that speak Spanish. And they don't understand, the writing on the wall in English, let's say. So I want to make public service announcements using the police, fire, and using cyclists. I did that on Miami Beach. Miami Beach did public service announcements.
Right.
It's about educating the public.
Right.
It's about educating the public.
Right. And about immigration?
Immigration, well, that's a national subject.
Right.
Tengo familia latina.
I know.
Okay.
It's a very complicated situation. But we are getting a lot of immigrants here. As a mayor, will you be helping Trump with the tidying up the immigration policies, or I don't know how to go on this? And
Our mayors are usually at the direction of our governor.
right.
So what is appropriate, I will make sure that I try and litigate and that I speak to them and bring it on a level where I get them involved a little bit emotionally on this, because you can't just protest and yell. You have to be able to speak to these people, and I'm very good at bringing people together. I've done it before. I brought Key Biscayne, Dade County, and City of Miami together in a lot of hometown meetings in the past. And so I need to have that chance for these people.
And corruption and crimes and
Look. ¿Cómo se dice a nun in Spanish?
Ay, ¿una monja?
Like a nun at the
Una
church.
monja, una monja, right? Una monja?
¿Cómo se dice nun?
Monja.
Moja? Okay. None of us are una moja, okay? Nobody is perfect. But I can tell you, on the lines of the way that Manolo Reyes ran his district with a clear conscience and a clear mind,
Right.
I sleep well at night. That's very okay.
Right.
And I'm somebody that is going to be very vocal for the people. Yo quiero ser el voz de la gente de Miami. So if they, for example, don't have that voice, because the mayor does not vote on the commission, okay?
Right.
They can veto,
Right.
they can sit in, but it's not, it's not good to sit there and be like, watch it. That's not their job. You have to stay in your lane, so,
Right.
so to speak. But I will make sure, because the people that know me, they really know me, I will call press conferences. I have no fear of saying what the people need and what they want, because I've been doing it for years at the commission.
You've been going to a commission fight?
Well, yes, because we've needed a lot of help with the bicycle committee
Okay.
and the people that ride bicycle and our streets. So I advise them when to do DUI checkpoints, because you have to remind them. I advise them on different, with FDOT, I've advised them on Rickenbacker Causeway, and I've done different meetings, which are town hall meetings, way back since when Papi Suarez was in government. So that's how long they know me at City Hall.
The popular question that I got when I told people I was going to come talk to you, HOA. We have, we have a huge problem with the HOA, with the corruption. We have a lot of people DM us to see what we could do to help them. I always say go to your board meetings, go to your commissioner's office, but I know it's going to be something that's going to be attacking you too. So what do you recommend? What do you think you're going to...
I don't feel like anything is going to be attacking me, because I have una
Right.
corazón para la gente, ¿me entiendes? Okay. Una corazón para la gente. And it's my business. HOAs, the people need to get involved that live in those buildings.
Right.
The realtors, we tell the people to have an attorney look at the condo doc, okay? Those condo docs, if you don't read them, you don't have an attorney explain them to you, you could possibly pay for not showing up at those meetings. I know that the governor is trying to work
Right.
with the retired people of our community.
But he actually yesterday.
Yeah, that was yesterday. I was supposed to go to that meeting, but I couldn't go. It's a subject that I will be on top of. If there isn't one person or one thing that makes it, fixed, there is not one fix. It's all of us working together. And that's why part of my campaign, I say that we are one Miami. We are una familia, Miami.
Right. Yeah. Una familia that we need to get together and make our city back, make it beautiful again. Make it green again.
One thing that we didn't talk about is after I entered the race, another person entered the race.
Okay.
Now that person also has the same campaign manager as Kava, who is also connected to when Ramirez was running for sheriff. So I just want to let the people know that that person that is running in the same race with me does not say what she wants or what she feels. She does what her campaign manager told me. Now, I have an advisor, okay? I do not have a campaign manager, but I do have an advisor. But that person will not have any press conferences, any videos, anything like you and I are doing today.
Right.
Esa mujer que no puede hablar lo que ella quiere.
Right. I've noticed that.
Doing what she is told to say.
Yeah. I do notice that sometimes she's like a puppet. I've seen her in a couple of events and I feel like she is a puppet. And that's when we started this movement in our Instagram. It's called Join the Movement. Is to stop the corruption, to stop having recycled politicians, because I was born and raised in Miami. And I'm in my 40s. I'm going to tell you exactly my 40s.
Bueno, no importa. Yo soy mayor que tú.
But I've seen how my city is falling apart. I see how they don't care. I see like the sidewalks are dirty, and the increasement of homeless, the increasement of drugs, and everybody argues about that, and they're like, no, that's not true. Look at the report. I mean, you do know that they could change the reports. You do know.
Listen, the city shuffles the homeless around depending on who's coming to or what event we're going to have. Okay, it's really unfortunate. Now, I've done work with the Lotus House Women's Shelter. I had a huge bike ride through that where we raised money. Now, what Constance Collins does for Lotus House can be replicated throughout the city. It's a fantastic program that maybe one day we can go visit Constance, and she owns the Lotus House Women's Shelter.
I have done events there too, but like I sat down the other day. We actually invited him to the podcast with Francesco from Survivor Pathway. I would love for you guys to meet. And the numbers that is coming out of the health department of HIV, syphilis, drugs, domestic violence is insane. It's insane. And for me to hear that no one talks about this, it drives me insane. So as a candidate, is there only way that you're possible to work with all of us who will be in that kind of stuff?
I went to go visit the Camilla's house, and I had a very long conversation there with their CFO, very nice guy. A lot of the problems is there's a fight for the beds. There's a price on these beds, and that's disgusting. There should not be a price on those beds. And what I want to do is, let's say, take Camilla's house. I spoke to them about this. They have a retail factor on the bottom of their buildings that can bring unions in and retrain these people that are sleeping in the Camilla's house back out into the community to be electricians, to be plumbers, to be not like a regular handyman. With there's handyman licenses, we can retrain and rehome these people back into the community. As far as drugs and so forth, I mean, I am a voice. I am not a person that is going to get elected and then just sit there in the chair. We have this in camera. I got this in camera. I've never been that type of person, and you can see in what I do. And we have this in camera. So a lot of those people, they get in their chair and then they argue. I would like to bring civility back also to City Hall and make these people also do boots on the ground activities with me. I will be there with these commissioners. I will get them to go with me.
I love that.
If we have to buy them sneakers, okay? I really don't care, but they need to be walking the streets.
Right.
Not just sitting in that chair arguing with each other.
Yes.
Like
if it's a circus. And I always say, like, you guys, the political world are our voices, and you guys, not you. But I'm saying they're fighting for stuff that they should be fighting in closed doors, not in public like that, because they sound like they're little kids, and they're kicking each other out, and they get up in the middle of the board meeting, they get up and leave. and disrespecting the people that are there, because we do take our day off to be there, and we're spending here to be, not to find out what's going on with our city. And the way that you guys played, not you again, they were fighting between them. They were like, oh my God, what is this? It's worse than high school.
Listen, it's like una novela. That was never seen. As a matter of fact, we should make a novela. But what are we gonna call it?
We have a name already.
Oh, I forgot.
I forgot the name.
And I forgot to bring the chancletas.
La chancleta.
That'll be for the next one.
Yes, for the next one, part two. But
But
as a mayor, can you stop all these fightings and all this stuff to stop acting like kids?
I think that right now the city is going to have a very big change. Unfortunately,
feel too.
lost a very good man today, Manolo Reyes.
Yeah.
He kept civility,
Yeah.
okay, and
Yeah.
people respected fair.
Yeah.
So when the voters are out there, they need to look at their candidates and say, has this person been sitting there for 20 years in the same seat, arguing, wasting time, wasting our money? Or are they out there doing things?
Yeah.
Like Monica Betancourt is running. I think she would be a very good person for that district.
Oh, okay.
Yes, we
Okay.
need, we need more women.
Yeah, we do need. That's why one of the reasons why I wanted to I got more involved in this project of ours is because I want to see young women, obviously, but I want to see more young people that are in the middle, ni two left and two right.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately things have changed.
Well,
the gay community has grown. There's people, we need to learn how to accept it. But we have to be in the middle. Not to disrespect anybody, but in the middle. What do you feel about that?
I agree with you on that. I mean, people like to label other people. When people want to label you something, I tell them, how is that fair?
Right.
Just throwing a label, oh, you're Democrat or you're Republican.
Right. Or you're acting like a Democrat. You're acting like a Republican.
I will show and prove the example that the labels don't work. And we have to stop that. Again, like I said, we are one Miami. And we have to stop that. Again, like I said, we are one Miami.
So what's the plans? What's your plans for your campaign?
My campaign plans, but those are secret because all those people will listen. I helped people that are sitting there right now, okay? And I gave them my ideas because I have fresh ideas. Because I've been doing marketing and real estate for 25 years. If I tell them that,
we'll take
that's why I wanted to bring Doge out before somebody else does it. And I can't believe that we haven't even done that now. If I say something, they're going to run with it.
Yeah.
So actually, I'm starting next week.
Okay, perfect. But you are doing events for people to come and meet you?
Yes.
I think that's very important. Like cafecito all the time. I know a lot of commissioners do it, that they do like a cafecito and they try to bring everybody to meet. I think that's very important. And I hope you do that too, because I know
we'll go in together and you will come and you will film these.
Okay.
Yes. And for those that know, I live in Coconut Grove. I was born in the city of Miami at Mercy Hospital.
Me too.
Yeah. And I've worked a lot in Brickell. I work in Belmead in Miss King's district. By the way, I always compliment Miss King. I think she does a great job with her district. She has brought a lot out in her community. Right. She's done a lot of hard work and dealing with the commission, the poor woman. I've seen her go through a lot. Estamos aquí en Pequeña Havana. So I just want the people to know that I am one Miami. I am a fresh face. Francis is very, he's young. Yeah. He made this very energetic scene of everything positive, everything go, new. Right. But he never brought back a little bit of what we have to do with the infrastructure. Right. With the home. You can paint everything pretty. Right. But if it's a watercolor, it's going to smear or se cae en la lluvia. ¿Me entiendes?
Yes. We're going to post her Instagram for you guys to follow her. She's very active in her social media. She does post a lot of videos. She goes to the farmer markets on weekends, right?
Yes, I go to the farmer market with my carrot. Yo tengo una cotocrita. And like I got today, los croqueticas. The croquetas are for my dog and for my parrot.
Oh, bueno.
And after this interview, I am going to eat bravo encendido como tú no sabes.
Okay. Thank you so much for meeting and for meeting us and talking a little bit. I hope there is a part 2. I do love your vibe. I always told you from the beginning, you have something that it got me attention to help you out, and come with us for anything. We're here to help you. We're going to make Miami one again.
Thank you. Thank you.